I've said before that dog behavior is reminiscent of wolf behavior, but what did I mean by that? I'll answer that question and talk about other similarities between differences between dogs and wolves in this video. Now about behavior. I've once heard that their difference in behavior is like the difference between you playing basketball with your friends at the park and an NBA game. One is reminiscent of the other, but simplified and less complicated. Humans basically took certain behaviors from wolves and modified it for their own usage to create dogs that can perform certain tasks. For example, wolves will briefly pause before they chase and kill their prey. People have taken that behavior, lengthened the pausing time, and skipped the part about chasing and killing, and now we have a variety of pointer breeds. And when humans began keeping livestock, they took the chasing behavior, skipped the killing, and now we have herding breeds. What we know as dog behaviors are modified wolf behaviors. Like dogs, wolves have a variety of ways to communicate through their body language and behavior. Which brings me to my first myth. You'll often hear that wolves and wolf dogs are unpredictable, but that's completely asinine. They're extremely predictable. They'll communicate what they're feeling, it's just the average person doesn't know what to look for. For instance, one interesting method of communication is biting. Normally, biting is really bad, but sometimes it can be good. Wolves, wolf dogs, and certain dog breeds will give love bites, which are semi-gentle nibbles meant to convey affection to a pack member. I've seen Guy do this to Lola. He might do this to us every once in a while, but we don't really encourage it. Your dog is more similar to a wolf than you realize. Think about everything they do that we don't like. Digging, marking their territory everywhere, and chewing on furniture are things that a wolf would do in the wild or your home, and hey, don't keep wolves as pets. Take everything you know about canine communication across every breed of dog and learn about more wolf-specific behaviors, and you'll be able to predict a wolf's every move. Now, I'll discuss some differences. Wolves have a higher brain to body size ratio than dogs. Dogs have brain similar to wolf puppies because they were bred to be less independent. But it's debatable whether or not wolves are smarter than dogs. Intelligence is a very difficult thing to measure. It's not a number like IQ tests may have you think. Their intellects are aimed towards different things. Wolves are more independent and don't need somebody to provide for them the way dogs do. They're quite capable of providing for themselves, especially in a pack, and can perform some impressive hunting strategies by communicating with other members of the pack. So a wolf's brain is used for survival, but what about a dog's brain? It can vary across many different breeds depending on what the dog is bred to do. The Border Collie is possibly the smartest breed of dog in the world. They're capable of working by themselves or with a human. A Border Collie's brain is capable of math. Nothing too complicated though, because it's a dog. Say it's herding sheep. It'll look at the sheep and think, I've got 6 on my left and 5 on my right. I'm missing 1 sheep. Then they go find the missing sheep. Then there are breeds that are more emotionally intelligent. These dogs are capable of sensing the emotional state of human beings. You might think therapy work when you hear me say that, but it's also important for guard dogs to sense the emotional state of human beings. Rottweilers are very emotionally intelligent dogs. They have to learn the emotional state of everyone who walks through the door to determine if they are a threat or not. It may take a few visits for the dog to be fully comfortable with its guests, and all introductions should be done carefully. They can also sense tension and respond to it. For example, if they sense their owner visibly hates somebody, the dog might growl at that person, or maybe go further if the situation calls for it. So dogs were developed to complete tasks for humans, and wolves use their intelligence for survival and successful hunting in the wild. You can see that debate in intelligence. Is it smart to listen to somebody who ultimately knows better than you? Or is it smart to know how to survive without being provided for? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, to talk about physical differences. Wolves are usually bigger than dogs, especially Arctic and timber wolves. Arctic animals tend to be much larger than their cousins down south. The smallest species of wolf, the Arabian wolf, is about 45 pounds, which is about the size of a medium-sized dog. Wolves have larger teeth and more developed molars than dogs. Their heads are also more dome-shaped than a dog's head, allowing for more space for their large brains. A wolf's stop, which is where the muzzle meets the forehead, is also far less pronounced than it is on a dog. Seriously, once you figure out what a stop is, you'll see it on almost every dog. Wolf eyes tend to be yellow or amber, while dog eyes are brown or blue. A dog's eyes are also rounder in shape, while wolves have angled eyes. Wolves have a lankier build, while dogs tend to be more wide and stocky. Most dogs go into heat twice a year, while wolves normally do so once a year. Wolves have double coats that thicken during the winter and shed during the summer, adding to their lanky appearance. Only some breeds will go through this seasonal transformation, and it's a pain on the wrist because you gotta groom them. They actually shed a few pounds of fur when they do this. So there are some of the differences between dogs and wolves. Can't believe I gotta say this to grown adults, but don't adopt a pure wolf. They don't want to be pets, and you'll be doing your best impersonation of the Tiger King. The closest you'll get is probably a wolf dog of some sort, and they're not for everybody. They're not the kind of dog you can just leave alone at home while you go work an 8-hour shift and expect a perfect house when you get back. They need a lot of mental stimulation and exercise and an escape-proof fence in the yard. You also gotta be the kind of person that doesn't give up easily on a dog because wolf dogs form very tight bonds with their humans, and this makes them extremely difficult to rehome, assuming their animal shelter doesn't just euthanize it for being a wolf dog. Wolf dogs can't survive in the wild because they're just as bred to be dependent as the average dog. A relative of mine told me that they had a friend who let their wolf dog go free because they felt bad keeping it contained and out of the wild. Then I told them, he ain't free, he's dead. Then they told me that it's better he died free in the wilderness. Keep in mind, there are no wild wolves where this person lived, so it probably died scared and alone without being capable of joining a wild pack to attempt to teach it how to survive. Animals don't just know how to survive in the wild automatically after being released. If that were true, we wouldn't have nearly as many animals in zoos. There's also this really stupid myth saying that wolf dogs struggle between being a combination of a wolf and a dog. Like I said, dog behaviors are wolf behaviors. A wolf dog isn't just going to have an identity crisis. That's just people misunderstanding that the individual wolf dog is poorly trained, unsocialized, and doesn't know shit about canine body language. Think about how stupid that really sounds. I mean, I'm Ukrainian and Russian, and I don't have a war going on inside my chest. Come on, son. Anyhow, if you are interested in adopting a wolf dog, read Wolf Dogs A through Z to find out more. Also, check out Animal Watch on YouTube. Really do your research because there are a lot of different wolf dog varieties ranging from low wolf content to high wolf content. There are a lot of backyard breeders out there trying to make a quick buck by selling you a poorly bred pup, so keep an eye out for that. Also, make sure you have a lot of experience raising dogs because they aren't for the lazy first-time dog owner. I'll probably do another top 10 list of some sort because I'm running out of ideas for videos. I'll try to make it unique because everybody has the same top 10 list of guard dogs or dangerous dog breeds, so keep an eye out for that.